What's happening? Welcome back to the BA podcast. Your boy C-Roc here. We're here in Dallas at the BA event. You should check BA out if you don't know about it. The Board of Advisors, amazing group of founders, CEOs, getting together quarterly and also virtually throughout the year, doing amazing things and building amazing relationships. And you know, your circle is your ceiling. So if you're interested in checking it out, go Google search Board of Advisors Group. And they have a great website. You can check it out. But welcome to the podcast. I got Brian McNally here. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Good to see you.
Living the dream.
We've known each other for a little while now, but we haven't met each other in person.
Yeah.
And I saw you in the hallway today. I was like, hey, man, what's up?
I love that feeling. When you conversing with people, like texting or whatever, you finally see them. It's like you feel like you already know.
Yeah, I love it, man. I do a lot of virtual connections. I mean, I do 5 to 8 15-minute networking calls a day. And then a lot of podcasts too. And then I get to meet the people. It seems like right after I meet them, I've run into them at an event somewhere. Right. It's just wild how that works. But so I'm glad I got to meet you here in person, get to hang out and bond a little bit. But yeah, let's start off first of all, man. Like we talked a little bit in the hallway here about something that happened recently. You got into fighting again, or you were getting back into it. Can
first
you kind of?
time. Yeah.
Oh, it was the first time you fought. Okay,
first time I've ever gotten.
But you've been training for a while.
I've been training for about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So the journey's a little odd. I mean, I had never done martial art or wrestling or anything in my life. I played sports and stuff like that. And in 2020, I was running a business and we lost 50% of it in 6 weeks, which we'll get into.
Because of COVID, or?
COVID was part of it. It was a healthcare business. So COVID took and it gave back, actually. It was a pretty wild story. So, but in that moment, I got really just depressed, man. I was having a tough time. I was like, this whole dream of mine was about to crumble in my hands. And I started, at the time, I had already rebounded from being out of shape and pretty unhappy. And I started falling back into those old patterns. And I needed the catalyst to like shake me out of it. And I had read David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me, or listened to it. And I was all fired up. And I'm like, you know what? I always wanted to do martial arts, but I couldn't afford to go as a kid or whatever. So I was like, you know, okay, I'm going to go to the Jiu-Jitsu. Let me just see what's up. I go into a really cool place, Matt Arroyo's, Gracie Tampa South. So it was like UFC fighters in there and like good high-level Jiu-Jitsu people. So I went to like a good place. And I'm like, just start doing it. So I get my ass kicked. But like me with anything, I started getting a little bit better at it. And I was like, man, could I ever do a fight? Like a little bit down the road, I was like, could I do a fight? And they were like, yeah, man, but you gotta prove that you can put in the work. And there was something about that. I'm like, you know, I just set that little goal in my head. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna train. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do a fight. Yeah. So fast forward 4 years later, I finally get in the cage at 43.
So before we do that, how long did it?
Like
when you started training, how long did it take you to get out of that funk you were in, mentally?
Oh yeah, so it wasn't just the training that helped me get out, but it was a bunch of things. I deleted the social media apps because I was just getting sucked into all the bullshit. I'm a freedom-loving American, and what was going on at that time was not sitting well with me, and my business was struggling, and I just realized that I was looking externally. Yeah, right, and I had to take accountability for what, you know, whatever's happening is happening. How are you going to respond ultimately? Yes. So I just dug deep and was like, no, man, you're not going to throw away the health and the happiness you've created, and you're sure as shit not going to throw away this $20 million business you've already created. Not going to happen. Like you're going to fight. That's who you are, right? And so like jiu-jitsu was. It only took a month, man, of just being in there. It humbled my ass every morning, dude. I had like little girls kicking my ass. I'm like, man, this. So now I go back into work and I'm the CEO and everyone's coming to me, you know, looking up to me. I just got my ass kicked by like an 18-year-old girl, right? Like I am humbled. I'm ready to serve. So it almost immediately just got me right back on track. And I just went to the team and talked to everyone around me. I'm like, yo, we're not going out like this. We're going to fight.
We didn't come this far to get this far.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so, no, it didn't take long at all. I just needed to break the cycle.
And when you're talking about jiu-jitsu and getting your butt kicked, what does that mean? Because it's not boxing where you're punching.
No, but there's
getting choked out.
Choked out, tapped, I mean, there's a domination that happens.
So a domination, but you're not really getting beat up, right?
No, it's more physically, like, it's demanding.
But you're not getting beat up.
No one's punching me in the face or anything.
But it's just the idea of somebody submitting you, making you tap. Is like, especially an 18-year-old girl, like you're like, how did that just happen?
You don't know your ego. It's an ego death, essentially, right? People talk about doing ayahuasca trips and having their ego death. Just do jiu-jitsu, bro. It'll get you there. Like that early part of it, most people quit because they just. They don't have the.
Yeah.
You know, whatever's happening is happening. How are you gonna respond? Yeah, exactly, right? People talk about doing ayahuasca trips and having their ego death. Just do jiu-jitsu, bro. It'll get you there. Like that early part of it, most people quit because they just It's humbling. At the end of the day, the skill level changes everything. Size goes away. You know, all these things kind of go away. And if someone's skilled enough, it's not going to matter.
Do they have weight classes when you go to fight?
In tournaments, in jiu-jitsu tournaments, yeah. And then when I did the actual MMA, so I evolved, started adding striking and different things. And I did an MMA fight, and that's certainly
okay.
Jiu-jitsu tournaments are done by age, skill level, and weight.
Okay.
Yeah, the MMA stuff is just weight.
Yeah, And what other things, like what other types of fighting besides jiu-jitsu did you have to learn to be ready for the cage?
Striking, so like boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai, that kind of combination. Mm-hmm. And then a little bit of wrestling, but mainly MMA wrestling is kind of what we call it.
But doesn't wrestling contradict jiu-jitsu?
Not really.
Because you don't want to be on your back in wrestling.
Correct. So there's elements of it, but the takedowns and the control component of wrestling is really important. It's a little bit different than jiu-jitsu, where jiu-jitsu, you can, to your point, you can work from your back. In MMA, it's a little more akin to wrestling. You don't want to stay on your back long. You can't work from guard and that kind of stuff because you're going to get punched in the face.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, unless you have hand wrist control or something to keep them from hitting you.
Yeah.
And so how did you know when you were ready for the fight?
So my coach at the time, because I was a white belt, he's like, eventually, once you get your blue belt and you put in the work, we'll let you do it. So it ended up being like a 3.5 year process. Did
you feel like you were ready before you were ready? And they were like, no. But you felt like you were ready?
No.
Okay.
I felt good. No, it didn't happen like that.
Okay.
No, I'm with you on that. Like,
yeah.
I want to overachieve. I want to over prepare. I mean, I probably took it further than I needed to be honest with you, man. I was training. Listen, I had the luxury of having an exit.
Yeah.
So like, I'm training 3 times a day. I got a boxing coach.
Right.
I got strength and conditioning coaches. I'm exercising on my own in my home gym that I built. Like, I'm not screwing around, man.
Right.
I trained like a professional for a long time, basically. Doing recovery, all the things, I was just like, I have a cool opportunity with the lifestyle I created for myself that if I want to do something, I can fully commit to just doing it. And that's what I did. Yeah. I left business aside, everything aside. I focused on my family and training. And the problem was I'm old. So
how old are you?
I'm 43.
It's
old for a fight.
Well, I'm 48 and I'm not old.
So. But I'm saying by those standards, bro.
Yeah, I got you.
So like I tore an ACL.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I tore a calf muscle in a jiu-jitsu tournament. I separated my shoulder. I tore an MCL. So I kept having these setbacks. So this what was supposed to be training 6 months after I left the company and doing a fight turned into 3.5 years.
Okay.
Of rehab, recovery, and just building back up. I mean, everyone around me is like, dude, what are you doing? You don't need to do this.
Right.
Like, why are you putting yourself through this? I should be at dinners having wine and sitting on the beach having margaritas.
No, you shouldn't.
And I'm eating turkey with green beans and hot sauce, and not
so
drinking.
When you got to the fight, what happened? Yeah. Take us through it.
The fight was cool. So we're talking true redneck affair in Lakeland, like just wild amateur fight scene. Some lady hit a dude in the face with a chair while cops are coming, like just total chaos. But I had like 100 people there, all supporting me, just going wild. People came down from Philly.
Did you have a walkout song?
Dude, it's killer. So I couldn't get the walkout song I wanted, which was like this motivational kind of thing. So last minute, I just told him ship it up to Boston, which worked out great, actually. Worked out perfect for me.
Yeah.
Because I got a charity called the Baru Fund, and it's named after Brian Baru. He's a former king, early king of Ireland. So I help kids and charities with that. And so to kind of come out to that, and I had custom shorts made, which are all gold and green and stuff. So it was cool.
And what was it like walking out there?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
This 3.5 year journey had me ultimately like over prepared, right? And I was like eerily calm. I thought I was going to be nervous. I thought I was going to get hyped to go fight this dude. Right? Like, like I did growing up in Philly, right? Like I'm going to,
I didn't know you were from Philly. We'll talk about that later.
I'm a Northeast Philly kid, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So oddly enough, man, I was super chill. I'm listening to like happy EDM music before I went out. Like I'm just in this most zen mode, and I felt supremely calm and confident and like just good. I walk up in the cage. I'm confident. I'm focused. It wasn't until he walked into the cage that I was like, I'm gonna kill this fucking dude. Like I was like, you won't take this from me.
Yeah.
And it was more I put too much into this, all the things we talked about, all the reasons everyone doubted me, told me I couldn't do it, all the sacrifices I made, the pain, like I had an ACL. I'm doing upper body. Like I didn't stop. I was doing all the things for years. So I'm like, I didn't do all that to have this dude take that from me. Like this is my night, and I'm gonna get what I came for. And like that is when that flip kind of switch flipped. Yeah, and But in the fight, I was still calm and like working through stuff. He had me in a guillotine. I was like, all right, I know what to do here. Like it was calm until the very end when I was just dropping bombs on him. I hit him with an overhand and he started to like stumble and I'm like, I just saw red. I went full. I went at it.
You got to take advantage of that opportunity right there. You know?
And I just like
how long was the fight set for?
It's 3 3-minute rounds.
Okay, 3 3-minute rounds.
Amateur, yeah.
And where did it go the full distance, or
I TKO'd him like 2 minutes into the second round.
The second round. Okay, awesome. And was it harder or easier than you thought it was going to be?
The actual fight, I was so over prepared. In a way, it was easier.
Yeah.
But the live bullets, there's no room for mistakes. Like that was one of the things I noticed, right? In training, it's like, oh, I'll just recover. I mean, he put me in things, and I'm like, there was an urgency to what we were doing that I didn't have in training, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's real.
And how about hit? Did you get hit?
A little bit, yeah. I had like some knots in my head and stuff like that.
Because like, what did Tyson say? Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face.
I've got an autographed Mike Tyson glove in my office, and my brother made me these. He's an artist, so he made these cool plaques and said everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So I'm gonna hang all my fighting stuff, the pictures and all, right above that.
Oh yeah.
He hit me with some knees to the belly that I'm still sore with, man.
Did you get like wind knocked out of you at all, or no?
A little bit.
That could be debilitating.
Yeah, but I was conditioned to like just. Because when I finally hurt him, that's what happened. He hit me with a knee, but he dropped his hands, and I caught him with a big overhand, and I could tell it just kind of like that was enough, and then I just poured it on.
And then when it ended, what did it feel like right there?
The most euphoric, primal experience of my entire life.
Yeah.
I blacked out. I was just screaming at the crowd, going crazy. You can see it on my social media. It's like wild. I'm not even home, man. I'm like in full war mode.
So somebody was talking to me about finding out what your mission and your passion in life is, right?
Yeah.
And he said, what is the moment where you get chills, you tear up? And for me, it's watching that happen. Yeah. Or like Rory McIlroy finally winning the Masters, and that final putt goes in, and he just collapsed. And you know that feeling and all the work that went into that and all the stress that he had and all that. Yeah. And me watching that, that's what gets me chills. So that's how like I know I'm in my purpose, is because I want to help people go further, faster, accomplish that thing. Yeah. And so that moment is just like a whole weight lifted off your shoulders, and you just feel on top of the world.
It's a release, man.
Yeah.
I did it when I had the exit with the business too. Yeah. It was like for 7 years, I just had the weight of the world on my shoulders. I'm just shoving the chips back in, shoving them in. Yeah. That wire transfer goes through. I wept like a baby.
It's real.
I called my dad, and I'm just trying to tell him, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, "We did it," you know, like. But it's just years of like, you don't even realize how much you're trapped, like how much weight you're putting on yourself in these moments. And for me, like that's what I want to impress upon people. Like you have to challenge yourself to go. I don't need to do a fight. I didn't need to put all that energy into it. But man,
you got to put stuff out in your future to pull you forward.
Yeah,
you have to put something out there, and that's a powerful message. All right, so the type of business that you exited from, what was it?
It was a healthcare staffing firm.
Okay, all right. So I know Steve Bisciotti went to college. He's the owner of the Ravens, and he had a Aerotech, I think it was called, right? Yeah, and it was a staffing company. So there's money in that. Is my point, right? Obviously.
Oddly enough, I have a connection, not directly to him, but my first job out of college was a staffing company for a guy who used to work at Aerotech. Okay. He was very successful. Yeah. And Steve Bisciotti ran he grinded people up. So this guy came from that model, and my first job out of college was with him, and he just grinded people up, and we were really successful. But it was this Aerotech model, and we deployed that, and that was like my foundation, actually. So I actually owe that man a lot of credit. I've never met him. I don't know anything about him. I know about him, but whatever he instilled in his people and the training that he did, I was a beneficiary of it, and it had a massive impact on my career.
He plays in a member guest occasionally at our club. So,
that'd be
and
cool.
He went to my college, and a bunch of the guys all went to Salisbury. So, okay. So then, question on this. When you exit a company, I've interviewed thousands of people, and the darkest times in people's lives is when they lose their identity. After something like an exit happens, they're a professional athlete and they stop, the career stops. Veterans, right? They get out of the military because they attach their identity to what they do instead of who they really are and their values and their convictions and their mission, right? And I want people to be more proactive about this, because it'll avoid this dark time of when these things end, which really the things you do are your vehicle. It's not who you are. Yeah. But so many of us think that we have to identify with what we do to be successful at it. And that's not the case. But that's what we're trained to and programmed to. So did you have a dark moment at the exit where you were like lost your identity?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't had somebody say no to that question.
I don't know if I'd say I lost my identity.
But I had that feeling
I lost purpose.
Yeah.
I lost drive, and I realized in that moment I need a drag in the sleigh. And
but wait a minute though. But what about like no more emails, nobody asking you for your opinion on something, they need help with something, no more meetings, no more this, no more that. It's just you exit and it's unless you have an earn out until you're done. Still,
yeah. So my timeline was a little different. I had an earn out.
Okay.
So it was after we sold and during the earn out. I wasn't all that impactful. I'm there just trying to make sure my team gets transitioned well, make sure the business continues, make sure I'm delivering for the partners who acquired us. Like that was like, I'm delivering. I'm going to get this thing across the goal line for everybody. That's my job. But my heart wasn't in it anymore. Like I'd already done the thing.
Right.
And now I'm just maintaining, and I had to be there for another 18 months. That was a tough 18 months.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, and that's when I had my moment of, well, I'm here. I'm kind of going through the motions.
Yeah.
I'm doing some things, and I get to enjoy life, and doing the nice dinners and the vacations and stuff. But there was that release initially. But I mean, dude, the next day I was taking Friday we sold the company. I did dinner with my partner and his wife and my wife. Next day I take my kids to go see the new Buzz Lightyear movie. By Monday I'm back in the office, and I'm there. It's like same old, but I got bigger zeros in the bank account, and that was the realization that like this shit didn't matter at all.
Yeah.
My life hasn't really changed, man, at all. I still got to be dad. I still got to be a husband. I still got to deliver on that front. And, but now I don't have purpose. Now I'm not chasing something. I'm not waking up with a fire in my belly. Mm-hmm. I used to get up at 4 a.m. every day. And like people are like, how do you do what you do? Like, oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm chasing freedom.
Right.
And I got it. I caught it.
Yep.
And now I'm like, well, shit.
Yeah. It was the anticipation of it and the journey of it was really the thing that you have the feeling of it. When you get there, though, it's you have the moment, the euphoric moment, or like you said, just like the fight. Yeah. And then, okay, the next thing has got to be what's next. Calls that create futures. Calls that create futures, right? Yeah. What happened to the people that you built the company with, the employees, your team members? Did they have any attitude towards you since you were selling it? Like, does that happen?
I thought it would be worse than it was.
Yeah.
And dude, it's one of the most rewarding parts of what we did. So when we built the company, and it's important to me that if I build more companies, and what I'm trying to teach other business owners is me and my partner, we ran the company together, co-CEO, whatever you call it. We didn't even have a title. We were like, we just run this place. And everyone's like, who's the CEO? We're like, we don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Mission freedom, like we're going to build and sell the company. That's all we give a shit about. Yep. And we got everyone to buy into that. And we aligned compensation, and we created this really cool culture, man, where we took care of each other. Yeah. And we really did. And it started at the top because we were willing to leave our ego and greed at the door in service of the greater mission, in service of our people. And they knew that. Gotcha. And along the way, we aligned our compensation with variable compensation with the performance of the business, everyone. And a lot of people had a chance to serve, to participate in the exit. Okay. So when we exited, I mean, we cut a check for like $500,000, 175 grand,
yeah,
100 grand here, 80 grand. So, and people made good money along the way because we had really good commissions.
Right.
And so when we finally left after the year, people were shocked. They were like, man, because they were bought in, like, man, we could keep, like, all the things. But it was really important to us to sell to somebody. We sold to a private equity-backed strategic buyer. And that we searched out ourselves because we knew some people there, and we really thought that it was a great cultural fit, and that they were going to take care of our people. So that was the most important thing to us. We didn't go to the market to get the highest bidder, none of that stuff. Right. It was like, how do we serve our people and serve our mission, right? And so we did that, and we felt good about that. And there's always angst around the transit. Mm-hmm. When we finally left, the day we told them we were fully done, and we left after the earnout, and we were like, I'm sorry, like, we're apologizing to people, like, we feel like we're leaving you hanging, and like, to a person, they were like, you're crazy, like, you changed my life, man, like, being here was the best part. Like, just put my kid through college, like, we had the best time ever. Yeah. Like, I was able to buy my first home, we were able to start a family sooner than we anticipated, all this stuff. Because of the opportunity you guys created for us. Like, don't apologize. Like, this was the best experience of my life. Awesome. And it sucks it's coming to an end, but go live your life. This is why you guys did it. Yeah. And that's when it was so rewarding. And then it was also a testament to what we built and the people that we had around us, man. It was special. So
what's next? I know we talked out before the show here. What do you think's next for you?
I struggle with that a little bit, man. I struggle balancing ambition and purpose and maintaining what's most important in my life, which is my family and the people that, I struggle with this thing, right? It's like, one side of me goes, dude, I'm on a rock hurling through outer space, filled with molten lava, dodging asteroids. Like, what do I give a shit? Like, do the thing, right? Yeah. And another part of me is like, life is short, spend it with the people that are most important, right? Yeah. So I struggle with that a little bit. So what I'm doing now is I'm trying to have an impact, right? So I started the Fuck AVG movement. which is my way to be a catalyst. And it's a little abrasive, and that's cool, because so am I, and I don't give a shit, right? But my life was one where I was marching towards that average life of regret. Most people live a life of regret. I was out of shape. I was like 190 pounds. I'm 5'6", dude. No muscle on me at 190. I was a meatball, man. Yeah. All the chins, all the things, right? Just in a job I hated, right? Yeah. My marriage was struggling. I've been married 15 years now, right? And it was struggling at the time and all those kind of things. I wasn't the person I wanted to be, and I knew that in my soul, but I still marched along every day in that trap that everyone lives in. And I talk to people all the time. I just don't like my life. Not even people who haven't gone into entrepreneurship or chased that, but even entrepreneurs who are extremely unhappy. They have the financial wealth, but they don't have the physical wealth or the happiness in their life. I somehow, through all the hardest, toughest time of my life, created all of that. And there's a way. I have a system I want to share with people for that, and I want to shake people free of that life of regret. Yeah. And so I started a men's group locally. We've been doing that, and just, dude, it's crazy. The amazing, vulnerable conversations we're having with a group of men that they just need it. Yeah. So I want to be a catalyst for that, and I'm coaching and helping entrepreneurs to kind of find their success. I worked with a UFC athlete recently who retired and was just struggling. I counseled him through some stuff. So I want to help people with their life and their business. And I want to shake people free of that and avoid that trap. So that's my kind of mission and my purpose right now. Yeah. And then over time, once my kids are a little older, I'm going to get back into probably acquiring businesses. I want to teach the system of leadership and culture that I had, which is really just common sense at the end of the day, but it works. Yeah. And it's the golden rule, man. I treat people the way I want to be treated. So I want that to proliferate and change more lives.
So if people want to go deeper with you, where do they go?
BrianMcNally.com and the Brian McNally on Instagram. You'll find my link tree. I got all my stuff there. You can find me. I'm trying to build a social following a little bit to get people excited for what I'm doing.
Awesome. Well, and you guys will be seeing him on more podcasts for sure. Thank you all. First of all, thank you.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you. Thank you all for watching or listening, however you're consuming this BA podcast. Your boy C-Roc with Brian McNally. And make sure you, until next time, hit that subscribe or follow button at the top of your favorite podcast platform. Keep coming back. We got a lot of other members that we're going to be sharing their story and spotlighting them. Until next time.